Hi Gemini, we're going to do your reading, performing this reading at the time of the full moon in Leo. However, my readings are all timeless. If whenever you click on this is when this reading was meant for you. Gemini, let's get right into this. All right, yay, not bad. Way to start, very interesting. Okay. Some major arcana up in here, Gemini. Okay. Great outcome. So Gemini, what we start with is the Chariot. The Chariot is a card of great forward momentum. It's coming forward with great emotional intention. I say intention because I find that even though all of the potential energy is geared up and ready to pop and become kinetic, really the sphinxes are sitting there waiting for direction, waiting for the green light. And so it's all intention. This is a card of representing Cancer, and so that's water energy, and so it's very emotional. A big surge of emotion comes with this card, Gemini. You might be dealing with a Cancer, but not necessarily. This situation has to deal with a Chariot energy, and it's something that you have a lot of. You're geared up for something. You're really geared up for something. Crossing you is the Eight of Swords, and so you're also up in your head about something. This might be the one thing that's holding you back from telling those sphinxes to go, go, go. It's something that you have self-limiting beliefs. It's talking about your self-limiting beliefs, and it's something that that you have the power to let go of. This is Swords energy. It's all mental. It's up in your head. It also means that it's temporary. It's fleeting. It's air energy, so that's like on the wind. And it's also well depicted in this card that this person is in binds and entrapped by swords, but has has all the power to shake out of those buttons. They're not very tight, and to exit that encirclement of swords with no problem. It's self-induced entrapment, and so your self-limiting thoughts are keeping you away from this very great major arcana inspired, emotionally charged, something that you really believe in something here, and it's everything. You're the only thing in your way. That's it, Gemini. At the root of you is a great inspiration. It's the Ace of Wands, and this means that you have a really big idea. It's a big aha moment. Some sort of epiphany even has taken root and truly taken root at the root of your situation. It's the birth of all things to come forward. So whether it's an idea that you have in your business or an idea you have in your community, in your relationships, it's something that you're really, really passionate about because it's Wands energy, and that continues here. In your recent past, there's the Eight of Wands, some fast-moving energy and messages, a flurry of emails, a flurry of text messages from somebody, some entity, some news came through furiously, and and help to enlighten you and inspire you to such a great deal that you were like, and I'm gonna go and get this thing. I'm gonna charge forward and do my life's purpose. The Chariot is major arcana, and that's the thing that you're going after with such great emotion. To me, like, speaks to and implies real life purpose stuff, and so are these epiphany moments, these aha moments. So these both of these cards imply some information coming in, some communication, even though they're not swords. They're messages, or they're messages. Yeah, they're somebody, universe even, giving you the notion to do something, to dream of something, to aspire towards something that you're really passionate about. And then and some more information came in. You got more information on this, and it came in very quickly, and it's all been very, very inspiring. And at the crown of you is the Strength card. You know, this is this sense of courage and strength, but it's also a very performative strength. Like there's this sort of idea here. I see that evidently for some of you, you did something that impressed other people, that, you know, that brought in a lot of really great feedback, that is helping you to ascend to you know, to the next level of whatever this aha moment was. This is an ace. It's the beginning, and now you're at a, you know, it's gone full major arcana to a chariot level of taking root. And it's all kind of crowning from this performative act of strength or courage. Whether you guys did a presentation, Gemini, or made a speech, or put yourself out on social media and took a stand on something really big though. So, you know, this is major arcana too. Some big act of courage or strength was made evident, and it really caught people's attention. And in this moment, you became recognized. And it's something that I think you did it in such an earnest, you weren't prepared for the feedback or the reaction that you got, all positive reaction, which caused you to shut down a little bit and maybe step back, and your courage is being called upon once again to see yourself through this and let go of this self-limiting belief that you might have, that you don't get to own this moment, because you do. In the future, the near future, you have the Hermit card, and the Hermit card talks about very sage wisdom. And so this is where you arrive, and it's also asking of you to go inside and be meditative at this time, especially if this becomes overwhelming and overly emotional for you, when having to disentangle from the thoughts that keep you from feeling the positivity that's here as well. So that you're being called upon to go quiet and go inside and access your most sage, most wise inner self to understand what this situation is bringing you. It also confirms to me that whatever this was very sage and very enwizened information and ideas and passions that's why it turned people on so much. That's why people were ignited by it. There's Wands energy here. That's fire. It was very igniting. And so is the Strength card, the card of Leo, and that's fire energy too. So, and you know, it was coming from a, you know, more watery, emotionally driven place with the Chariot, but the Hermit is a card of Virgo, and that's very grounding. It's earth energy, and so I say the signs, by the way, just, you know, for some of you who may resonate with people of that sign, or these signs significant in your own chart, maybe that's further confirmation that this is your message. But yeah, the Hermit just really talks about the need to go within and seek the sage wisdom and advice of your inner self, or perhaps that's somebody else in your life too, who you can advise with, you know, who you can consult with on how to, you know, gain peace out of this and let go of this, you know, these self-limiting beliefs. I think you do. Anyway, either way, I know you do, because I got these cards on the table. They're telling me so, Gemini. So, excuse me, I'm gonna take a drink of coffee. Excuse me. So, where that puts you in is the Ace of Pentacles. This is coming up in your position. So this means that this inspired epiphany moment, this passionate fire, you are translating that into something real, a real offering. So whether that's an idea that you're making into a business and now it's being offered as an actual product or service, that's the kind of energy that the Ace of Pentacles brings. It's a real offer, and this is falling in your position. So you're translating or transmuting this fiery energy into a tangible one. You have all the goods. Here in the 3D, you have all the goods. Yeah. So that's really great because it tells me that you are pushing forward. You're able to move past this Eight of Swords energy. And the energy in your environment is the Priestess. It's a card of Pisces, so some of you might be dealing with the Pisces. But the High Priestess is very attuned to her intuition. You're speaking to people in such a way, whatever this offering is, it's speaking to people on such a level that is so spiritual. You know, so maybe your offering is, maybe some of you are also tarot readers, maybe some of you, your message is spiritual. Maybe this thing that you spoke about, it comes from, a spiritual connection. You're reaching people, whatever it is. Maybe it's, yoga or arts or something that, when it reaches people, it hits them in a very spiritual way, in a way that makes them feel more connected, in a way that makes them feel more sensitive, and awakened to humanity. So something that just came through. So whatever offering you're putting forward it's a humanitarian act that just came through, and it's healing people. It's speaking to the secrets of the cosmos. And it's in that way, it's enlightening to people. It's a really beautiful offering. Gemini, I think that's really lovely. So please do, clearly this is something that just comes up, it's a knee jerk, and it's just something that needs to be dealt with in the beginning. You let go of it pretty quickly. In your hopes and fears is the idea of burden. It's the Ten of Wands, and it's the completion. And the Ten of Wands energy talks to me about, again, it's a completion, it's a letting go. Some of that burdened feeling is about the letting go. And I often call this card, the burden of being special. And a little bit when we walk away from aspects of ourselves that maybe no longer serve, or just simply a reflection of the growth that we've undergone, really positive things, but it's still a little like, wait, but are those the things that made me special? And it's, or are those things that are just burdening me now and keeping me from, truly being the special person that I am, or the new special person, or the new ways I will become special, or be able to mature those things or grow. It's a really interesting side effect or a byproduct of growth, is that reckoning of what you leave behind. And that's in your hopes and fears. I talk about it this way because it's a 10, it's clearly a completion of a cycle. But it also talks about all of the burdens of what you carry in this endeavor too. I feel like, some of the self-limiting belief it has to do more though with like the idea of your specialness, because you're afraid of it's something that you've been afraid of in the past. I think this whole period really makes you face it in a way that wakes you up to stepping into your wisdom and, and creating an offering out of it, because it really does start to reach people. And what you need to do, well, do what you want, but is stop listening to this part. That's this crazy talk in your head. It's about seeing the proof in the pudding, and that is how you're reaching people and how people are reacting to you, and use that as your barometer for the value and the worth. In this case, this is not always the case. But you're clearly reaching people, and people are really responding to your offering, your goods or services here that come from a very passionate place. And what happens in your outcome is the sun. You get your utter fulfilled happiness. You are a life bringer. This is more Leo energy, Gemini. So double. And we are under, as I do this reading, if you're catching it in real time, we're under the Leo full moon. So maybe you're getting a lot of this glow up or additional energy off this full moon. I wouldn't be surprised, but this is the Sun card, and the Sun is the best card in the deck. It is absolute life-bringing happiness. It's virility. It's that renewed sense of, that youthful glow that we're all trying to bottle. It is here for you, Gemini. This thing, you have arrived on like a naked baby on a pony, and that is no happier feeling than that. You have this whole process. It brings you life. It brings you life. Let's give more. I mean, you almost don't want to go clarifier on the Sun, but just to be fair. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So again, with the wands and the passion. So there's a victory here. There's an acknowledgement that this is difficult, that this is hard. There's the Temperance card. You've got Sagittarius energy here. There's the Justice card, and that's Libra energy. So in cases, and fire all over this reading, Gemini. Fire, fire, fire. You have so many, like, you are so on fire. But again, there's that Leo energy. So anyway, so let me show you this. In your life-bringing outcome of the Sun, there's recognized that you are imbued with a passion that you want to just spread on the wind, like Paul Revere on horseback, but except your message is one of absolute victory and winning and life-bringing abundance. It's just, you're so supercharged and inspired, in the outcome of this. It acknowledges that this took some effort because this, and so you come out of it a little bit, you browbeat yourself, I think, Gemini. I think, this Wounded Warrior card is still a victory. It's still a win, but it was hard fought and hard won, and I feel like that it was an internal battle for you, but it's here to recognize it. Temperance is a card of alchemy to me just as much as the Magician card is. I have to say, it talks about the ability to be patient and moderate and temperate, and yet it's Sagittarius, it's fire. So something's amiss, right? Temperance talks about way more than that. The Sun is here in the distance on this card, so it's reflected here that you do get this win. You get this huge happy outcome here in the distance, and this archangel is turning water into wine and balancing. There's a sense of balance, there's a sense of justice, and that's reflected here. It's like this card, I call the Temperance card a one-stop shop because so many other ideas are reflected in this card, and truly two of the other major arcana cards you got here are also here. There's a sense of balance, and so is the Justice card talking about balance and striking equilibrium, and there's a sense of supreme happiness. So is the Sun here reflecting that. The water here reflects the Chariot energy that you got earlier, and this is really grounding in your emotional space as well. There's so much balance. I feel like the Temperance card is so akin to the Magician in so many ways, except for the Magician is the manifestation and the Temperance is it having manifested. You have the Two of Cups energy on this, so there's a sense of an even give and take and a deep connection with somebody in the world. Then here in your outcome, there's a great sense of balance here, in that as well. And I've done dropped it. Excuse me one moment. I'm back. Yes, the Temperance card is so lovely and so complicated to me, and it's really funny that it's a card of Sagittarius and therefore is imbued with so much fire, but look at all of the peace that's there, and which goes to show that fire doesn't always have to be this blazing, out of control thing that we can't temper, that we can't control. We can have a fire smoldering beneath our hearts and be in control of it. We can live like that, and that's what this outcome is for you, Gemini. It's really beautiful. You get that level of peace and happiness, but you do have to solve for this first. You do have to address the self-defeating mind stuff that goes on with you, because really what's going on is you have a very beautifully emotionally charged heart, overflowing heart space, energy, idea, thing to do, inspiration that must come forward and take root, because you're here, you are enwizened, and you're here to give this offer, this service, and people are here to receive it, and it strikes them in a way that's very resonant on a spiritual level. And when you let that forward freely, you get happiness and balance and justice, sense of justice and balance, and also excitement and adventure. That fire is here, it's ablaze, but it comes at the cost of having to beat yourself. Look at, what's interesting about this one last bit I'll tell you, this blindfold around this person's head, it now is sort of mirrored in our wounded warrior. It's the bandage around his head, but what it says is that you've lifted the blindfold, and you're no longer blocking out stuff. And so when you let information in, the things that you're worried about, and these swords, like, oh gosh, these are terrible, dangerous things. Well, no, actually they're wands. They're my passions. They're what I've longed for the whole time. It's so funny, Gemini, it's coming in so clearly for me right now, that in the past, the thing that was blocking you, the thing that you were afraid of looking at, were the things that were bringing you, that actually burn inside you, the things that you are here to do. And they're scary. They're scary because you love them, because they burn a flame with such a passion in you. They ignite so much for you. And that's what you have to solve for, Gemini. You just need to address that, and you take the blindfold off and you see them for what they are, and you're like, oh, it's only my life purpose. It's just what I'm here to do. And once you solve for that, supreme happiness, because you're getting through to people. Because you have a gift. Gemini, do it. Thank you so much. I'm gonna leave it there. I am sending you so much love and light. If this resonated with you, and I hope it did, because it's very powerful, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you see fit. I hope to see you at the next one. In the meantime, I'm sending you so much love and light. Thank you.